Didn't even get to cross.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy DMD, and I'm here with my buddy Jordan, who's been going like undefeated or like getting top 2 with Fire King.
Fire chickens.
Cacaw. This deck has actually, when it dropped, it saw a lot of play. Like the first YCS, it was legal because it's really good. It's also really good with the sinful stuff. Tell us more.
So yeah, I played Fire Kings. I've been playing Fire Kings essentially since the release. Been kind of crafting lists and throwing some lists together before we get Phantom Nightmare. And the deck's really good right now. It just has a lot of inconsistency issues at the moment, where you can sometimes just not draw combo or just lose to certain hand traps. But when it draws those hands, it kind of just goes off from nowhere. But I still think it's pretty decent. I think going in the next format, the deck is really good, and I think it probably becomes one of the best decks.
That's valid. Well, anyway, let's get that list.
So just get into the profile. So starting off, 3 Ponyx. I've seen people play this at 2. I really think you have to play this at 3 just for consistency things, just to make sure you see it. And you know, I play some other engine stuff to be able to see this card as well. But this is your main starter. This is a little fire nugget. This card's really good. Its destruction hand effect comes up sometimes when you're able to add it back off of like a Sunlight Wolf, or you add it back off of its own effect. But yeah, 3 of that. 3 are probably the best Fire King in the deck. This card is actually insane.
Kieran.
I can't tell you how many times you see this card and you just dodge Imperm with Arvada. Like you Arvada negate like a Droll. You have this in hand and then you just, you know, like you have Arvada on field. You negate like a Droll or something. They chain Imperm to this. You chain Kieran to get rid of this, and then it resolves. It's really good. Then 3 Arvada. I hate Droll. The card's really annoying to play against. And this card just kind of says no to a lot of hand traps, including Nib. It's also a really good combo extender going first. There is a combo you can do with Wanted and either this card or a singular Tinky, where you can end on a board of Heat Soul IP with 4 or 5 cards in hand, and then drawing into the 6th card on your opponent's turn. So maxing out on it, I feel, is honestly the better for right now. 2 Garunics. I've seen people play this at 3 in the pure builds, and I've seen people play it at 3 in some of the other builds. I like it at 3 sometimes, like depending. I just don't want to draw this card, honestly. It's really good, and it can help you get out of some certain situations when you get drolled or when you get hand trapped, but you know, niche and far in between. And then the 1 Barong. You were always playing one of this card. And then 1 Witch. I've seen people play this at 2. I've seen people play it at 3. I think 1 to 2 is really the correct ratio. But this card's a phenomenal card. It pairs really well with the deck, and so does the Wanted engine. Then I played the Ash and Flamberge package. I think this package is just mentally insane. Being able to go like original for Ash to summon Ash to get Ponyx, to then be able to go into Ponyx to get Flamberge later on, it's just such a very strong combo and very well structured combo, because you can add Flamberge back with Sunlight Wolf if you have Kieran, or you have a way to access Kieran during your opponent's turn, and then you Kieran pop Flamberge and then go into more cards during their turn. I think if you're playing it right now, you really want to add these cards because they just help structure your combo, they help strengthen it, and they're really good cards. 3 Fenrir. I really think we just have to start playing this card in decks at 3 until Konami realizes that they messed up not banning it. It's literally just a free summon, and it's also a free banish. I've had several games where I'll end on my board of Heat Soul IP with a Fenrir on board after adding a Fenrir to hand and then discarding it off of a Witch or something. It's just so good. And then last card, Monsters, is 3 Ash. Standard. It's a fire. It's hilarious. Spells, play the 3 Wanted and the 1 Original. I think any deck that can get away playing 3 Wanted and an Original Sinful Spoil should play it. This is insane. I know some people are playing the Nadir Servant build because it's a little more budget, it's a little bit better. It's good, don't get me wrong, but this just has such a higher ceiling. It's, you know, if you have the ability to play it, play it. Then 2 Island and 2 Sanctuary. I I really consider playing this card at 3 sometimes, but it really feels bricky when you see 3 of it and then you've only got 2 island. The ratios like this seem just a little bit better for me. In a lot of testing and a lot of times with testing, just 2 feels a little more better, a little more optimal, because you never actually want to search this card off of Onyx after you already add it in hand. You mainly want to search cards like Skyburn. I only play 1 Skyburn. I actually wish I played this card at 2 for most times. When you open up this card, like if you open up both of these cards in a way to get to Ponix, it's a little bit clunky on what you add off of Ponix at that point. Also, I do not play Circle in the deck. That is sometimes an error decision. I do like Circle. I am going to play Circle in the upcoming format when Bonfire and Populous releases. I will be playing Circle, but right now in this list, I couldn't fit Circle into it without going over 40 cards, and I really didn't want to go over 40. So I didn't play it. Sometimes it does come up, but 2 talents. I could have put a Circle in for this, but it feels so good when your opponent actions your island and you're able to talent and rip a card off their hand off of it, or you're able to actually do something with this card. People are going to hand trap you in this deck, and it is almost inevitable. You're going to have to deal with it. So I think adding talents into the deck, 2 or 3, really helps you with either pushing through boards or establishing, or just helping out in general. And then we have 1 Tinky and 1 Called By. I played Tinky at 1, so you can search it off of Arvada, or you can search Arvada or Barong off of it. There's a really funny combo where if you open Wanted Tinky, you kind of just end on a board of like Heat Soul, IP, SP, Fenrir if you have it, and then 4 cards in hand. It's really good. I actually like that you can also send this off of Witch as well. So like if you open up Witch and Tinky, you add Arvada, and then you send this off of Witch instead of using another card in your hand, so it just helps you keep advantage. And then probably the most fantastic card of the entire time, and the card that I'm just going to continue playing in every deck until we go away from mono format, Super Poly. This card is bananas. I can't even explain how many times you go first and set up a board, and you set Super Poly. They play through your entire board. They have, you're playing against Fire King. They play through your entire board. And then they have like Garunix Kieran on board, and they're about to attack, and you just Super Poly both of them away. It feels so good. So many times you activate this card during the middle of your opponent's combo, and it just interrupts their turn. This is such a good board breaker. I love this card. I'm probably going to just continue playing this card for the foreseeable future, either until it gets banned or until it becomes in a format where it's not going to be good anymore, because it's insane. Then lastly, 3 Imperm. Total 40 cards. Probably wouldn't go over 40 much. Kind of keep it around that. That was the main. Let's go into the extra deck. 1 Linkuriboh. Standard, keep it. You don't want to get rid of that card. Hida, Dark, these are standard cards. IP, SP, these are standard cards. 1 Sunlight Wolf, 1 Heat Soul, 1 Selene, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Access Code, 1 of the Hyang, 1 Dingirsu. I think you really have to play this card. This thing's insane. Typhon, and then the Super Poly targets of Mudragon and Garura. And that's the extra deck. Then going into the side deck, 3 Droll. This is a god card. I hate this card, but you have to play it. 3 Nib. This is also a really good card in the Fire King matchup because they're going to play into it either on your turn or their turn. 3 Cosmic. This is to out cards like Anti-Spell if I don't open a Kieran or just certain Floodgates. It's not bad. It's really good. I like it. Then 3 Evenly. This card's bananas. I love this card. I'll continue playing this card in my side deck a lot because it's a hard counter to 90% of the decks. And then 3 Judgment. I don't like certain cards going first, and it's just good. But yeah, that was the deck.
That's valid. Well, thank you, Jordan. Good job getting first a bunch. A bunch.
I think in total it was about 8 locals. Really only dropped 1 game and only lost 1 game. So
Fair enough. Well, It's that DMD, and your boy is Outerinos.
Didn't even get to cross.